Hi guys, it's Judy here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm really excited to be bringing today's video to you. I know a lot of people say, I'm so excited for today's video, but I'm actually excited for today's video because I'm filming my plant haul. Yesterday, a friend who is also very passionate about plants, we went to Melbourne and we visited a couple plant places, and in this video I'm going to show you all the plants that I bought. So if you like plant hauls and if you love plants, then I would encourage you to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button because this is the place to be. Talk to those of you who might be beginners in houseplant collecting. I know it's all very exciting to buy all brand new plants and integrate them in immediately already with maybe your existing collection, but I would encourage you to hold off doing that before integrating your brand new plants, your brand new babies in with your existing collection. If you do have some, I'd encourage you to actually put them aside and quarantine them for at least a couple weeks and keep an eye on them before you add them in with your other plants. Now, the reason for that being, when these new plants come into your home, you don't know exactly what these plants might have. So for example, all these plants come from a greenhouse where you would think that pests are being watched over and regulated and they're eradicated as soon as they come up, but you just don't know where these plants have been. So I would encourage you to keep them aside. For example, I'm going to have this in the bathroom and I'm going to give it a really good rinse, a really good wash, check over the leaves and underneath the leaves, and give them a really good spray over with some neem oil. What this process will do is to help you keep your other houseplants from catching any pests that these plants might have. When you're purchasing them from the nursery or from the greenhouse or the warehouse or wherever you purchase your plants from, obviously you'll need to check over the leaves, make sure the plant's looking okay and healthy, make sure there's no gnats coming out of the soil, because you don't want to be bringing all these pests into your home. However, the life cycle of a lot of pests is generally about 2 weeks, and that's generally the length of time that I would personally keep these plants, these brand new plants, quarantined from the rest of my collection before I put them and style them throughout my house. So that's just a really quick tip. Patience is key. Obviously, it's really exciting to have all these new plants and you're just very excited and you want to have them styled all throughout your house. I'd encourage you to be patient. And if you do this process of quarantine, which I'm sure we are all very familiar with that term by now, I would just encourage you to keep an eye on your plants for a couple weeks before integrating them with your other plants. So I just want to quickly say that. I don't think there is anything else that needs to be said. So now that I've said that, I'm going to talk about the plants that I bought. So first of all, we went to this beautiful big nursery just on the outskirts of Melbourne, and it's called the Westlake Nursery. I'm going to leave their website linked down below, or their Instagram, or whatever social media I can find of theirs. I'll leave it linked down below if you guys want to check them out if you're in the area. It'd be so worth a visit to this place because when I went to this nursery, I promised myself that I wouldn't buy any plants that I already had because it's just so tempting to find that new big golden pothos that's already big and mature when I have like literally 4 golden pothos plants that I've chopped and propped from the one main mother plant. And so I promised myself I would only buy my wish list plants and only plants that I don't already have. And I think other than two, which I just literally could not help myself, everything else that I've purchased were wish list plants and ones that I've been looking for everywhere here in my town but couldn't find. And so I'm really super thrilled with this haul. It's actually really special to me. So from Westlake Nursery, I purchased 2 of these Beauty Star Calatheas. These Calatheas are so stunning and so pretty, and they're actually a really decent size. I think this is a 6-inch pot, and these pots were $17.50 each. They're actually a really full, lush size plant in the pot, which I'm really impressed with. And the soil medium that they use seems to be a really good soil medium as well. The plants look really healthy and lush and quite vibrant in color. And the reason why I purchased 2 plants of the same kind is because I'm a really impatient person and I like big plants, like instant gratification, as you can see right here. So what I'm gonna do with this is combine the 2 plants into one large pot, and then I'm gonna have an instant big plant. I've been looking for a Philodendron Micans for a long time, and I just couldn't find them anywhere. And if I did, they were for a really exorbitantly expensive price. I've seen places selling a pot like this and a vine this size of a Philodendron Micans for upwards of $50, $80, $100, and I'm like, no way I'm spending that much. I would rather wait. And I'm really glad I did, because when we went to Westlake Nursery, my friend Anna found these pots of Philodendron Micans kind of like shoved up the back of the greenhouse, and they were kind of, you know how sometimes there is shelves of plants where they're kind of like old stock almost, or stock that has markings and a few bumps and dents and slightly damaged plants. Anyway, that's where I found these Philodendron Micans, and they had a price tag of $15 each on them. However, I thought maybe I could ask the guy that was there at the greenhouse if maybe I could get a discount on them. So I picked out 4 of these, 4 of the best looking ones, and I asked him really nicely if I could please maybe have them for $10 each pot, and he very quickly agreed. He said, yep, they're plants that have a bit of markings on the leaves, maybe they're like a little bit damaged. So he gave me the 4 pots. So I got 4 of these Philodendron Micans, 4, and I got these for $10 each instead of $15 each. So I was very happy about that find. Very happy indeed. Now again, the reason why I purchased 4 of these is because I'm actually going to combine all 4 plants into one pot. I'm actually gonna chop and propagate some of these vines from the nodes and then plant them back into the same pot. So then that will give me one pot of a really full plant, as opposed to like single vines growing out of one single sad little pot. So very excited and very happy about this find with these Philodendron Micans. I can't believe that I found these and got them for only $10 each. I'm dripping water everywhere. Anyway, okay, now this is one of the plants that I actually already own, and this is a Brazil philodendron. I don't know why, but I actually chopped that one long vine I had. It was doing so well, and I chopped it way down and I propagated it, and it just hasn't quite recovered. A lot of the propagations that I took from that vine didn't actually take, and I think out of maybe 8 or 9 cuttings, I gave away, I think like 4 of them as Christmas presents. Only what was remaining, like only 2 actually took. So I had one long philodendron, Brazil philodendron, and now I've ended up with a really sad looking plant in a pot. And you know what? You win some, you lose some. In this particular instance, I lost that game. So this is one actually I already have, but what I was planning on doing is I'm gonna pot the existing Brazil I already have in another pot with this one here. Obviously after I finish quarantining this one and making sure it's all good. And then trying to maybe revive that plant and make it look a little bit happier. All right, now the next 3 that I'm about to share with you, I am incredibly excited about, because I've seen so many stunning photos of these plants as mature, and I'm just like, I've got to have one of them. So these are black velvet Alocasias, and I don't know entirely if these plants are actually rare or uncommon. I don't actually know, but this was a wish list of mine and I could not find it. I just couldn't find it anywhere here. Nowhere. No place had it. Bunnings don't seem to get them in. Local plant shops don't seem to get them in. Finally, I found these Alocasia black velvets. Now, again, I bought 3 because I'm going to combine them all together in one pot and have one fuller plant. And when they get bigger, I might separate them again. But I find that when I have more than one lonely plant in a pot, the plant itself seems to go a lot better. The leaves kind of keep each other humid and keep each other warm. The plants like to be grouped together, I found, and if they're standing alone, then often they're kind of, I don't know, they just seem a bit lonely and they don't seem to thrive as much. I don't know if it's just me or if anyone else feels the same way. Leave it in a comment if you do, if you find your plants like to be grouped. I find it is the case for my plants. So that's why I bought 3, and I'm going to pot them all together in one bigger pot and have a nice full Alocasia. Look how absolutely stunning the leaves are on this Alocasia. Look at those leaves. So beautiful. They actually feel so velvety and so just like beautiful. Look at that. that. Oh, I love them so much. And these pots were $17.50 each. Plants are getting so expensive, man, tell you what. The rest of the plants that I'm going to be sharing are larger ones. Also from Westlake Nursery, I found this Ficus Shiveriana. It's a Ficus Shiveriana. I think that's how you say it. Now, I've been looking for one of these for ages because it's actually quite different from the other ficuses that I have. I'm really hoping that it keeps its variegation as it grows bigger. But look at the foliage on this ficus. It's nothing like my Ctenanthe or my burgundy or my ruby one. It is so different. Like, the variegation on these leaves are absolutely stunning. This is one that I've been wanting and looking for a long time. Now, I was looking through all the pots, and like I said in my plant tour collection video, I like to make sure that the plant has more than at least 1 or 2 stems in the pot. All of them were actually quite regulated, and literally all of them had only 2 stems in the pot. But I found this one with this one tiny little stem peeking out the side there. So kind of got like overlooked, and there was one little one little stem there. So this technically has 3 stems in the pot, and hopefully as it gets bigger, this will just mature and grow. My ficuses thrive in my house, and I'm really super lucky about that. She's so beautiful. It's got a damaged leaf there, but that's okay. I can cut that off. The rest of it is so pretty. I finally got my Ficus Audrey. I've been looking for a Ficus Audrey for so long, and literally every other Ficus Audrey that I've found anywhere, it's either like 1 stem in the pot or it's exorbitantly expensive. I don't know, it just didn't feel like the right time, and they didn't speak to me, so I just didn't purchase them. Now this one, however, this Ficus Audrey, it was $55, but it is quite a large plant. It's got 2 stems in the pot, and it's very well established. It definitely needs a repotting because it's got roots coming out the bottom there, but it is so beautiful, so healthy and stunning. The leaves actually feel quite velvety. Yeah, I was just really drawn to it. This plant spoke to me. There were probably 20 in a row there, and I was looking over them. This one spoke to me. So I finally have an Audrey in my collection. Really super happy to have ticked off that wish list plant, as many of these are. If you guys have not got an Audrey but you can get your hands on it, I would really recommend, because apparently they're really hard to find. Like, I don't think they're rare or uncommon plants. I think they're just like high in demand. So if you can find an Audrey, I would really recommend you grab it. It almost looks like a fig tree. Fig trees are of the ficus variety, so I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they look similar, but it almost looks like a fig tree, except for the shape of the leaves, I suppose. It feels so velvety, I can't stop touching it. I might do a B-roll of this one because it's too big to bring in front of the camera and show you. Sorry if it's getting quite dark, the sun's just coming in and out. It's in the afternoon and I'm using mostly natural light at the moment. Next thing I got from Westlake Nursery is this Calathea Zebrina. She's actually over 1 meter tall, and it was only $35. I did have it in the car for a fair most of the day, so it's kind of gotten kind of wonky. I think I need to either stake it up or tie it up or something, and she also needs water. But I didn't want to water it before I filmed this video because it would be dripping water everywhere. This is a Calathea, or Calathea, however you like to say it, Zebrina. That's what the leaves look like. They're actually quite big and feel really super velvety. The reason why I put off so long getting this particular type of Calathea is that I've heard that these ones can be quite finicky. I know Calatheas in general, or Calatheas in general, are really super finicky and they are really fussy plants. I feel like I've kind of gotten hang of this variety of plant now, so I felt a bit more comfortable purchasing one this big. It wasn't even that expensive for a pot this size. I was actually quite impressed. I think I'm gonna keep this in my bathroom for now. Well, while I'm quarantining, it will be in my bathroom, but I think I will actually keep it in my bathroom as where it lives because it loves the humidity, or I'll purchase another humidifier specifically just for this one because I don't want you to die. Moving on, out of this lot, the last thing that I got from Westlake Nursery is this Stromanthe Triostar. I think this is another variety of prayer plants, and this one is also notoriously fussy from what I've heard. But I've been looking for one of these for a really long time, and I've just never found one that actually was happy, or that spoke to me, or that looked healthy. So when I finally found this one, I was really super excited. beautiful, beautiful foliage. It's got a lot of new growth coming through as well. And inside the pot itself, I think it has like around 6 plants in the one pot. So it's a very full, lush plant and very, very healthy. So let me see, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's got at least 7 new leaves coming through. I think it was $35, and for a plant this size, I feel like, for me personally, I know cheap or affordable is relative to a person, but for me personally, I think that's a really good price. I think I will definitely be trying to get another humidifier for another area of my house so I can keep more Calatheas or more humidity loving plants in that particular spot, but I don't quite know yet where I'm going to put it. I'm going to have to create another plant area in my house. But as long as you can see the floor, there's always room for more plants, I say. What I really love about this Stromanthe is the underside of the leaves. Look at that beautiful, bright, vibrant fuchsia pink under there. Look at those leaves. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. I've been wanting a Stromanthe Triostar for a really long time, so I'm really super excited about this one. Now yesterday, it wasn't just a plant shopping day. My friend and I went to the sunflower field to pick our own sunflowers. So I'm gonna insert a few little clips right here of that day. I know it's nothing to do with plant shopping, but that was just part of our day, and it was so much fun. It was such a great experience. Just seeing a full field of sunflowers, it was just such a great experience. And we got some really nice photos too. It's just really nice to be able to go with like-minded friends who don't judge me for like taking selfies or taking photos and just wanting to look pretty and stuff. Do you guys feel me? I don't know if you understand. Anyway, let me know. My channel is still fairly new. I don't quite know what kind of community I have here yet. I'd really like to get to know you. So after we went to the sunflower field, we went into Ballarat and just had a look around for some plant nurseries, and we weren't expecting to find much more, but we did. So at this plant nursery, I don't actually know what it's called, but I'm going to do a bit of research while I'm editing this video and insert the information right here, and I'll leave the website down below if there is a website. I'm so mad I didn't get any photos, not even on my Instagram stories, but when I walked in, it was just like, there were like aisles and rooms and rows of indoor plants. A lot of places we have here in Bendigo, actually there is nothing like that nursery. There is a couple nurseries here, but they don't have a massive range of indoor plants. And if they do have a lot of plants, it's like a lot of a few varieties rather than a lot of varieties like this nursery did that my friends and I went to in Ballarat. So I did pick up a few things from that nursery, and I'm gonna share them with you right now. All right, I'm gonna share this Hoya first because it keeps tipping over and annoying me. So I'm gonna share it first so I can put it somewhere else. You know how sometimes plants have these tags on them, but they don't actually have the type of variety of plant it is. It just says Hoya rather than Hoya what it is. So anyway, all I know is that it's a Hoya. It's got one really super long trailing vine right here. I think I'm gonna take it off the stand thing and just let it trail down because I have a lot of tall standing plants but not a lot of vining hanging down plants, and I'm gonna put them up on the shelves here with my other hanging plants once I've finished with the quarantine of it. So I don't have a lot of Hoya because I'm still not entirely sure about the care and needs of them, but I'm slowly kind of figuring it out. I do have a Hoya carnosa and it seems to be doing quite well. I'm just giving it a lot of light and not overwatering it, which is kind of the general rule with most plants anyway. It's got really big, beautiful, glossy, almost succulent-y type leaves. I feel like it does need a water because the leaves feel really soft and tender, and generally if they have had enough water, they'll be quite firm. Now I lied, this is one other plant that I do actually have. In fact, the next couple of plants I'm going to share, I already have, but they are smaller. So this is a Maranta red vein. This was literally the only red vein Maranta I could find in this whole nursery, and so I was like, I'm getting that one. Unfortunately, it looked happy and it was like a really nice plant. It wasn't one of those leftover rejects that no one wanted to buy. I do have one of these if you saw in my plant collection video, but it's a very, very small plant. It's just one plant with maybe like 8 leaves, but there are 1, 2, 3, but there are 2 smaller plants and and one big plant here in this one pot. And this was only $20, which I feel for me personally is quite good. I've seen a lot of smaller plants, which is just like maybe this bit right here selling for $20, so I feel like this was a really good deal. It's lush, it's healthy, it looks really beautiful. I don't see any pests on it, but I'm still going to quarantine it just to make sure that it is a-okay before I put it in with my other plants in the collection. Now this one, it says it's a Calathea, but it's actually a Ctenanthe, I think. It is in the same variety, like prayer plant variety, but the reason why I was drawn to this one, even though I already have one like it, is that the leaves are so big. The leaves on the other one that I have are quite small, but it's a big plant, but the leaves are small. Whereas this one, the leaves are quite big, which is why I was really drawn to it. The undersides of these have nice shimmery purple undersides as well, which I really super love about it. Oh, there's a sticker on the pot. It says Formosa Gardens. I think that's the name of the second nursery that we went to. So, and the last plant that I got, also from Formosa Gardens, is this Ctenanthe. It's one of those generic tags and it doesn't say exactly what kind of Ctenanthe it is, but it's actually quite a large plant. It's very, very tall, and this pot was $40, which I was quite happy to pay because I literally have not seen this Ctenanthe anywhere else. The leaves are quite large and it's got a variegation, like little lemon lime variegation through the leaves. So yeah, that's the last plant in this haul. That's all I've got to share with you guys today. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are still here at the end of this video, I thank you so much for watching it till up to here. This is a very brand new channel, and the fact that you've watched all the way till the end, I just want to say thank you so much. I really truly appreciate it. It's so important to me that my videos are watched up till the end. It really helps me out a lot. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you've chosen to spend your time here with me today. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Like it if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Some of these from the nodes. Why is it so bright? Why is my camera so bright? The sun's coming in and out. Can't sit at the right height. This chair is too low, I feel like, and then sitting on my knees, I'm too high. Anyway, I feel like I've kind of gotten that my fridge has decided to be noisy. Sorry. If you can hear that, sorry. I have Calatheas. I've said the word Calathea like 4 different ways today.